Hello and welcome to today's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Hang on, no, it's Wednesday, isn't it? It is Wednesday today. I'm all over the place still with my jet lag from going to Tokyo for a week, and the time difference has really thrown me. But it is Wednesday, and I'm going to be doing a fog of war puzzle for you. Well, I hope I am. I'm going to try. It's a murder mystery. It's called Lost Village. It's by Proxid14. It's a very unusual. Am I saying that correctly? It's a very unusual pseudonym. It's .proxz14. Not easy to say. But this is a fog of war, which has a very high rating, which is quite difficult to achieve actually for fog of war, because some people don't like them for some reason, but we love them, especially when they're good. And this one apparently is brilliant. And we're going to have to, there's been a murder in a lost village, and I think some of the denizens of the village are trying to cover up for the killer, and our job is going to be to work out who the true killer is. And I will read you the rules of how we're going to do that in a moment or two's time, and we'll do some solving together. But a few things to mention before we kick off. Let me just. I'm going to have to think about this, because there are many things to mention. Firstly, I suppose I should apologise for yesterday. The first video yesterday was an April Fool. Some of you were really confused. I had already solved the puzzle when I recorded the first video yesterday, the 20-minute video, and that is how I was able to write the digits in so quickly. And I think most of you got it, but we did get a couple of emails from people saying, I just didn't why did Simon put 3 in the middle of the puzzle? How did he know? Well, the reason I knew is I'd solved it before I turned on the webcam. Now, the proper solve is also on the channel as well. We released that 15 minutes after the April Fool yesterday, so I think most of you did realise what had happened. But yeah, there is a logical solve of that wonderful puzzle, and Icy Fruits Gatekeeper, and you can check it out. Check out either video. Check out the April Fool. I mean, the good thing about the April Fool video is I talk about the trip to Japan and going to see Nickley and things like that, which I was so delighted about. But yeah, anyway, there were 2 videos yesterday. Well, 2 of my videos. There was also a Mark video, of course, as well. Now, what else? Apologies about my voice, by the way. I definitely picked up some lurgy on my travels. So if I do have a coughing fit, forgive me for that. I may have to pause, but hopefully I won't. Other things. Well, yesterday, our April Fool Sudoku hunt, which is our competition for the month of April over on Patreon, launched, and loads of you have been having a go, and that is absolutely brilliant. Some of you have finished the whole thing. Actually, have I got the league table? Oh, I don't know if I have got it to hand. Tomorrow, I've got the thing, the ticker that tells us how many souls we've had so far, and we'll be able to look at that together and see how it's going. But I know several people have already solved all of the puzzles, so very well done if you're one of those, and you'll be in, of course, with a chance to win this fantastic homemade sort of Sudoku themed pillowcase from made for us by Emily Williams, one of the channel's most stalwart and staunch and wonderful followers. So yeah, there's a really, really great puzzle this month. And do check it out. It's just a couple of bucks a month to join us over on Patreon. And there's all sorts of extra content over there. Now, what else? There were other things I was meant to mention. I've got loads of birthdays. I've still got to catch up on birthdays. So why don't I just... I do that while my brain percolates. And I try and remember what was the other thing I was meant to mention. I can't remember. Oh well, let's do this. So I'm late with this one. Molly, it was your birthday on the 31st of March. You turned 22. You were planning chocolate mud cake. I hope all this came to pass. I think that you've recently moved from the US down to Australia. That is a long way to do your degree in ecology. And Molly, I hope you had a great birthday. I'm sorry I'm late with the wishes. I'm very late with this one. 23rd of March, I think. Sarah, your fiance Matthew wrote to us in plenty of time, and then the trip to Japan got in the way of me doing proper birthdays on time. But Sarah, I hope you had a great one. Another Australian birthday, Steve. Steve, you turned 67. And I know this because your wife Wendy wrote to us. You're over there in Perth. And said that I know you've had a little bit of poor health for the last couple of years, but you're basically her rock and the best thing that's ever happened to her. So that's a lovely message to get. So Steve, I hope you had a great 67th birthday. Jonas, you turned 30 last week. I'm not sure the day. May have been the 25th. I know this because your girlfriend Marlene wrote to us. I think you're over in northwest Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Fans of Hosier, as am I. And, well, we were planning strawberry cake. I cannot get behind that. There is just no excuse. You can have, if you're not going to have chocolate cake, it is totally fine to have lemon drizzle cake or coffee cake. Strawberry cake, no. That is not acceptable. And Jonas, I'm sorry to hear that. And I hope your birthday was okay in spite of the cake. Next, Tbilisi in Georgia. Ekaterina. It was your 20... Oh, actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how old you are. I haven't got the information, but your friend Pavel wrote to us and wanted to wish you all the best with your career, your travels, your Japanese lessons, and life itself, basically. So, Ekaterina, I hope you had a great birthday. And the last one, I'm also late with this, I'm sure I am. I think this was middle of last week as well. Portland, Oregon, we're going across to for Robert's 62nd birthday. Your wife Tori wrote to us, Robert, and said you might appreciate a shout out. I think the two of you have a daughter, Hannah, as well. And Tori described you, Robert. Get ready. I mean, this is sickening for the rest of us. A wonderful person, kind, considerate, hard-working, unassuming, sensitive, and smart. So, yeah, basically all the good adjectives. And Robert, I hope you had a great, great birthday. And that's all the news, I think. I'm not sure it is, but I can't remember what else I was meant to mention. So why don't we do some solving? Let's have a look at Lost Village by Prox14. These are the rules of the puzzle. We've got normal Sudoku rules applied. So we're going to have to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. This mouse is still completely comedy. Crop key. Digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. So these two squares must contain consecutive digits. So if this is a 2, this is either a 1 or a 3 in the next cell in order to be consecutive with 2. Now, we have got ambiguous cages. There are 4 types of cages in this puzzle, all of which appear at least once. Digits in a cage, regardless of its type, can't repeat. Okay, so if there was a cage that did that, let's just imagine that that was a cage. You know, in theory, you might have thought this digit could repeat there, but it can't because it would be in the same cage, and we're not allowed to repeat digits in cages. Now, okay, killer cages. Digits in a killer cage sum to the value given in the top left corner. There is only one killer cage on the grid. Then there's a suspect cage. The sum of the digits in a suspect cage must be 1 away from the value given in the top left corner. Framed cages. The sum of the digits in a framed cage must be 2 away from the value given in the top left corner. And innocent cages. The sum of the digits in an innocent cage must be at least 10 away from the value given in the top left corner. Right, so let's have a quick look at the grid here. What that's saying is that that cage, which has a total of 8, which is completely impossible. Yeah, okay, so this is either going to be... Well, that... I see, I'm going to get into solving if I start talking about this, and then people get cross. I think the rules are clear. I'm just going to allege that. I think they're clear. But there is another paragraph of rules. It says fog. and we can see there is fog. The grid is covered by fog, there is no denying it. Placing correct digits will gradually uncover the rest of the grid. Guessing is not required at any point in the puzzle. The fog will never uncover two cages of the same type at once, including the starting cages. Okay, so these cages are not... They can't both be innocent cages, for example, and both have 10 different totals from their given total, because that would make them the same type, and we're told they're not the same type. There's one more sentence, I think. Let me find the right place. It says, cages that were fully unlocked at the same stage have the same colour on their edges, and the given values have the same colour on their edges and the given values on the top left corner to help with tracking. Okay, so there's something going on. I don't really understand that bit, but hopefully it'll become clear when we solve. Now, let me just check. Is there anything I've not read there? I don't think so. So is this dynamic fog or normal fog? Because there are two types of fog of war puzzles. So there's fog of war where if we got this digit and it was correct, it would clear the fog from the surrounding cells. And there's fog of war where if you got this digit, it might clear the fog from that cell. I'm not sure which type this is. But what I can say, and what I should say, is if you do enjoy fog of war Sudoku, and who doesn't, we do have an app where we have curated a whole bunch of these wonderful puzzles by some of the world's best constructors, so do check that out. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen, but do have a go at the puzzle. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And the great thing about fog of war is, I mean, there's no point looking up here, is there? We're going to have to look in these positions. And the 31, okay, 31 in 4 cells is impossible, because 6, 7, 8 and 9 only add up to 30. So this cage is not the killer cage, i.e. the cage that contains, the murderer. This cage is not the murdering cage, because 4 different digits add up to at least 10. If this was 1, 2, 3 and 4, they would sum to 10, they couldn't sum to 8. So somehow we're supposed to know, are we? We know these can't be the same type of cage. So they're either 1 away, 2 away. Oh, well, this one is not 1 away, because again 4 digits can't sum to 9. So this is either 2 away or innocent. Right, so this is 2 away, because if this was innocent, it would sum to at least 18, wouldn't it? Because it would have to be 10 different from 8. And if this sums to 18, but this one can't be innocent now, because if this is innocent, this can't also be innocent. These are not the same type of cage. So this one would be either 1 or 2 away from 31, but there is a secret. And it's something I share with only my very favourite people, but if you're watching this video, of course you're one of my favourite people. And that's going to be important here. The secret is the sum of the digits in any box of a Sudoku. All of those digits together. They sum to 45, because the rules of Sudoku tell us that each box contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. So if these sum to 45, but this is an innocent cage and sums to 18, and this could sum to a minimum of 29. 18 and 29 is 47, and that would have to be a -2 at least, or no, at most. It could be more negative, but that's clearly nonsense, isn't it? So this cage has to be a 2 different cage, which is called a framed cage, and therefore it's got 1, 2, 3 and 4 in it. Now, okay, I don't think this 31 cage can now be an innocent cage, because because it's only got sort of high digits in it. The minimum it's got in it is 5, 6, 7, 8 now, isn't it? Which add up to 26. And that's not 10 different from 31. So this cage adds up to 30. Because it can't add up to 29, which would be 2 away from 31, because if it adds up to 29, it's the same type of cage as this 8 cage. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to have colours. So, let's have a colour. If a cage is 1 different, which it means it's a suspect cage, we'll make it green. If it's 2 different, we'll make it purple. That's my other favourite colour. So this cage is 6, 7, 8, 9 to add up to 30. This digit is a 5, and that's going to hopefully, boom, clear the fog. Oh! Okay, so look, we've got 2 blue cages that have emerged. Right, so these are so this is this rule about things that have been revealed at the same time. The fog will never uncover 2 cages of the same type at once. Right, so these cages are different, these 222 cages, and actually, well, I was going to say we knew that anyway, but I'm confusing myself, because what I was going to say is that, well, obviously these can't both be real, because they both have to have a 9 in. A 22 cage in 3 cells, if it's real, is either 958 or 967. So, how does this work then? How do we do this? I don't know. hang on. Let's think about this. Right. Okay, one of these is a jolly naughty... Well, no, it's not a naughty cage. It's a jolly innocent cage, actually. It's an innocent. One of these, either that one or that one, is innocent. And the reason I know that is, let's imagine that neither of these was innocent. Well, the minimum value of these 6 cells, if neither 22 cage is innocent, would be if we made one of them a 20 cage and one of them a 21 cage. One of them dipped by 2, one of them dipped by 1. But that would mean 20 plus 21, which would be the values of the cages, is 41. So if there's no innocence, these 6 cells add up to 41. But remember the secret. The whole row adds to 45. So if these add to 41, these would have to add up to no more than 4. Well, they add up to at least 6, because 1, 2 and 3 in those cells would add up to 6. So something here must be innocent, which means 10 different, doesn't it, from 22? Is it at least 10? No, at least 10 different. So 12 or less. Well, okay, it's 12 exactly then. So one of these is 12. And the reason we know that is again the secret. Because what's the maximum value of those 3 squares? Well, it's 2, 3 and 4, which sum to 9. So if one of these is 12, 12 add 9 is 21. And you can't make 6 cells in Sudoku which have to have different digits add up to less than 21. Because the triangular number for 6 is 21. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. So we can't make whichever one of these is the innocent cage add up to less than 12, because that would imply that the 6 digits, let's say it's this one, these 6 digits would then definitely add up to less than 21, which is definitely impossible. So this is going to give us this digit. Because what we've now learned is there's a 12 cage in one of these positions. This, because we know that the 6 digits, including the 12 cage, must add to 21, this must be 2, 3, 4. So this is a 1. That's given us some more clearance. Now, how do I know which one of these is... Yeah, it's going to be 156, isn't it? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a 156 cage. And then the other 22 cage is going to be a 789 cage. So it's going to be, what was it called? A framed cage. Ah, okay. So what we've got is, from a colouring perspective, one of these is framed and the other, we haven't got a colour yet. We haven't assigned a colour for, let's make it yellow, shall we, for an innocent cage. Okay, and probably we have to look here where we've got these two cages were revealed. Now, that one looks difficult to me for it to be, well, it's definitely not the murderer. Let's have a colour for the murderer. What should we make the murderer? Blue. So if this was the murderer, these 3 digits would have to add up to 9 without using a 1. Well, the only way that could happen is with the 2, 3, 4 triple, and that would break this little cell. So that's not blue. It's not the murderer. It's also not 1 different, because if it was 1 different from 9, it would have to be 10, because it can't be 8. You can't make 3 digits add up to 8 if you can't use 1. So it would have to be 10, but that doesn't work, because we can't put a 1 in, and if you can't put a 1 in a 3-cell sequence that has to add up to 10, it would have to be 2, 3, 5, and the 5 isn't available. So this would have to be 11, which would be 2, 3, 6. But it doesn't have to be, because it this could be one of, what's it called, the innocent cages, couldn't it? And then it would add up to 19 at least, perhaps more. So what's that one then? That one is, well, it's obviously not, you can't make those 2 digits add up to 18, so it's not a real cage. It's not the murderer. What's the right way to think about this? This must be obvious. The great thing about Fog of War is there's nowhere else to look. All I've got to do is have the right thought here. Oh, okay. No, is it? Hang on. Ah, I've had a good thought. Let's imagine this is one of the innocent cages. Yeah, then these 3 cells add up to 19 at least. Let's say 19 then. This could not be innocent, because we're saying then this, because if that's innocent and this was revealed at the same time, this would have to be something other than innocent, which means it's a small adjustment to its 18 value. It could be a 2 difference at maximum. That's 16. 16 and 19 is 35 into those squares. So if this is yellow, these 5 digits are at least 35, but there's 4 digits left, and they'd have to sum to 10 by the secret to make 45 for the column. You can't make 4 different digits add up to 10 if one of them is a 5, because 5 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 11. So this is not innocent. But we can't prove it's guilty. So but it's definitely not guilty. We said that. So okay. So this has to be 2 different. It's purple again. It's another of these framed cages. This has to be 2, 3, 6. It's the only way we can make it add up to 11. That digit is a 4. More clearance of fog. These 2 cages have just emerged. But well, what's going on at the top then? We've got 7, 8, 9 here. This one, Oh, this is great. This is great. Because what's this? Now, it could have been a 16 cage, but it can't be, because remember this cage and this cage were revealed as a duo. So they can't both be too different. So this has to be a 17 cage, which is a green cage. And this digit, I think, is a 7. Whoa. Whoa. That did a whole load of reveal. So we've now got... Oh, right. So all of this colour, these colours are great. They're really useful, because we know... If I just delete that again. Yeah, so we know that these two have to be considered together, and these two have to be considered together, i.e. they can't be the same types. So, how do we do this? I haven't got a clue. There's actually, I've noticed, there's also a little cage here, isn't there? There's some sort of green cage coming out of this one. $17. So if that was a real cage, this would be 6, 7. This would be 8, 9. Yeah, that would work if that was. Remember that one of these 22 cages is a 7, 8, 9 cage. I'm sorry, I don't really see. The 16 cage is the first cage that's gone outside its own box, so that digit can't repeat. So that digit is either in the 17 cage or it's in one of these two cells. Hang on. Right. The 12 cage is not innocent. It's not innocent. Because if it was innocent, it would be 10 different from 12. And we can't make two Sudoku numbers add up to 2. In fact, especially not with a 1 in the row. The minimum they could be would be 2 plus 3, which is 5, which is not 10 different from 12. And if we go upwards, 22 is just nonsense. You can't make this add up to 22 or more, because 8 and 9 would only add up to 17. So this one is either the naughty cage, the killer, or it's purple or it's green. It's not yellow. Okay, that is the world's worst deduction, isn't it? Sorry. That really is not a helpful deduction. And okay. And that one was revealed at the same time as the 16 cage. That could be an innocent cage, couldn't it? I can definitely imagine that adding up to 26. Goodness me, what am I meant to do here? I have not got a clue. It's really, I do admire Fog of War puzzles that, we know what we have to do. It's sitting here right in front of us. All I've got to do is have the right thought, and yet having that thought is not completely, desperately easy. At least, not for me. I don't think I know which way round these go, do I? So how do we do this then? Is this really obvious? I don't know. If the 6 cage, I mean, obviously that could be just real. It could be just a 1, 2, 3 triple. If it's adjusted, it would have a very low value, like 7 or 8. But why couldn't it be innocent? Oh, no, okay. Ah. It's clever, this. It's clever. It's because it's not obvious to me. Right, that one is not innocent. And I've only got that by thinking about this one, which is weird. But this one is not innocent. Let me explain. If this was innocent, it clearly couldn't add up to 27. So it's going downwards. So its maximum value would be 7. But now think about this one. This now, because this one can't be innocent in the other direction to increase its value, it's going to have a value very close to 6. 7, 8, 15. Good grief. I was going to say there's no way this works. It actually nearly does work, but it doesn't. It doesn't, so it's okay. Yeah, so if this is innocent, the maximum value those 3 digits can have would be 2 away from 6. And let's maximise them, so we'll give these the value of 8. So we've got 8 plus 7, that would be the maximum there. That's 15. Plus 5 is 20. Now these 3 digits would have to add up to 25 to make the row add up, and that's impossible. There is no way we can do that. So this cannot be yellow. So this, right, so this is quite big numbers then, because it's either correct, as in an 8-9 pair, or it can't be bigger than 17, it's impossible, so it would be 16 or 15, and that depends whether it's purple or green. But, crucially, even if it's as low as it can be and it's 15, it would still require at least a 6 in both positions, because if we put 5 here, this would have to be a 10. That's not going to work. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is, look, all the high digits have been used now in row 4. So these digits are all low digits. And so this is not an innocent cage either, because it's adding up to at most 9, and that's not 10 different from 6. So this one is also, I think, blue, purple, green. Okay. How has that helped me? Did we? Okay, so that adds up. Well, no, I don't know, do I? What? Okay, so now... remember in the original 22 cages, one of these 22 cages is 7, 8, 9. Well, it's not that one. If this was a 7, 8, 9 triple, both of those digits would be 6. This is really clever. It's much more intricate than I was expecting. Right, so this is 1, 5, 6. So this is the yellow. This is the innocent cage. This therefore can't be innocent. And that works lovely, beautifully. 7, 8, 9, 24. That is 2 different from 22. So that makes a lot of sense. Right, so that isn't a 1. These are not 6. 6 is therefore in one of those squares, so this doesn't have 6 in it. Right, think about a consecutive pair of digits. I mean, this is a fatuous thing to say, but sometimes it's useful to think of digits this way. In any consecutive pair of digits, you'll always have an odd and an even number. So what's the even number in this domino? Well, it's got to be 8. 6 has just been hypothecated to this domino. So this hasn't got 8 in it. So this does have 8 in it, definitely. And that's not helpful at all. Well, no, it is helpful, a little bit. This can't be 1 away from 17 anymore, because it would add up to 16, and it can't add up to 16 if it's got an 8 in it, because it would have to have 2 8s in it. So this is not the green variant. This is either the murderer or is it framed? It's murderer or framed. It's not suspect. This is suspect. This is suspect. And this one, 5 and 6. What did we say about the 12? It wasn't an innocent. So it's quite close to 12, but it's got no big digits in it. Yeah, it's got to have a 6 in it. It's either 4-6 or 5-6, because it must get to at least 10. We know it's close to 12. It can't get to 12, actually. It's impossible, because 7, 8 and 9 are not available for its domino. So it's 6 and 5 or 6 and 4. And that's not actually useful, I don't think. So if this was 6-4, that would be a 5. But if this is 6-5, that could be anything. Or it could be 1, 2, 3 or 4. So that's got 5 different options, I think. Okay, but this one is a small adjustment on 12. And its pair is this one, which has got... Okay, this portion of this cage definitely has 2, 3 and 4 in it, so that's adding up to 9. And one digit, which is either 7 or 9, which is being donated to it by this naughty old 17 cage. So we're either on... what are we either on? So we're either on 18 or 16 for this portion of this 16 cage. Whoa. Okay, so this is not the murderer. You can't make it add up to 16. Yeah, okay, hang on. If this was 18... So what I'm saying is, if just that portion of this 16 cage is 18, and we've still got that digit to come, this would have to be innocent. Which means it would have to add up to at least 10 more than 26 would be the minimum. Right. So that, okay. The way that would happen then would have to be 9 being donated to this. Because if we only donate the 7 to this, so it's 2, 3, 4, 7 adding to 16, we can't put 10 in there to make it 26. So the only way that this is an innocent cage is if it's 9, 2, 3, 4 here, adding up to 18, and then that is an 8. In order to get to 26, it can't be a 9 because we've already put 9 in the cage. But. And does that have... Yeah, in fact, so if 9 is here, that has to be what this is. There's no choice. So if 9 is not in here, this must be that. Because we can't make... Given those already add up to 18, we can't make this any other type of cage. Now, what happens if 7 is in here? Then we're on 16, and this has to be a fairly normal cage, so this would have to be a 1 or a 2. Well, it can't be a 2 because 2 is in the cage already, so that would be a 1. So this is 1 or 8. And this cage then is either innocent, or it's adding up to 17 and it's the green one. So it's green or yellow. But now I've explored everything fully and it didn't work. Did we? What did I miss there? Oh, look, there's a white dot here. This might be helpful. 6, 7, 8 or 9. It's got to be consecutive with this digit. So if that's 8, look, that's going to be 9, and that's going to be 6 or 7. Attaching to 7 or 8. No, that's okay. Okay. That's a bit distressing. So something here must not work. Sorry, let me just... What have I missed here? That, I mean, there's... If this is 7, 8, then it's purple. This couldn't be purple. But there's no need for it to be purple. And if that's 8, 9, it's correct. So that couldn't be correct, and it would have to be green or purple. This doesn't make sense. There's nothing to go on here. And whatever this is dictates the value of this digit. In in a useful way or not, I don't know. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling very, very... Oh, I think Maverick's about to fly over. Although perhaps today that should be Iceman. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Right, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Let me... What am I missing here? Okay, let's fully mark this up. This is 2, 3, 4, and either 9 or 7, depending on what this is. Now, is there some... Right, so if... How can we... I'm trying to create a chain of logic here. If that's green, then I would at least know what that is. So, okay, let's think about that. If that's green, which means its value is 17, then this one can't be green. So it would be purple. And that's 2 different from 12. So this would be 6, 4. So that would put a 4 here. That would make this the murderer. If that's 6, 4, this is a 1, 2, 3 triple, and it's the murderer. So that would have to not be the murderer, which would mean it would be oh no! I get 2 murderers. Is that the thing? Is that the trick? Oh, good grief. Yeah. Good grief. That's really difficult. Okay, right. There's only one murderer. I'm sure I read that. There is only one killer cage in the grid. Only one murderer. Right. Now, if this... Let's imagine this is a murderer. What does it sum to? 17. So this is an 8-9 pair, lending 7 down to these squares. Now, be careful here, because this is complicated. But if there's a 7 in here rather than a 9, this cage its nature is green. It's a suspect cage. It can't be an innocent cage because it can't get high enough. So it is green, and if it's green, we know it adds up to 17. Now, but if this is green, this can't also be green. So that has to be, whatever it's called, framed or something, purple. So it adds up to 10, which means it's a 6-4 pair, placing a 4 here, and that's really crucial, because that 4 knocks 4 out of the 6 cage and makes it a 1, 2, 3 triple, which means it is correct, just like this one was. So these are both blue, and that's not allowed. So this is purple, is what we've just learned. This is 15. which is going to do all sorts of things. So it's not got 9 in it. This hasn't got 7. So this is a 6-9 pair. This is a 7-8 pair. Well, I really hope this does something. Now, okay, so now there is no 7 in here. So this is an 8 now. That's the only way. Oh, that didn't clear fog. Oh, goodness. Oh, that did, though. Okay, so that's something. I have a feeling we may be able to do better, though. We know this is innocent, which is not going to help us with this one, unfortunately. Ah, but we know this one is purple, so that one is not purple. So this one is either the murderer or a 7 cage. And it would be 1 difference, so it would be 1, 2, 4. So this has definitely got 2 in it. And 1, of course, but it's always had 1 in it, I think. But now it's also got 2 in it. So that's not a 2. Do we... I don't know if I do know what this is. I'm not sure. We might have to look up here now. Oh, it's still being recalcitrant, the naughty little thing. Right, okay, let's have a look up here. So what have we got? We've only got 2 quite small cages. Right. So that one could be the murderer again, if that was a 9. Oh, okay, this one is not innocent, is it? Because there's no way to make this cage add up to 6 or less, because it's already got a 7 in it. So it's either... So what we know is its value is quite close to 16. It can't be 14, actually, or 18. So it's either blue or it's green. And if it's the murderer, that's a 9. And if it's 1 different from 16, it can't add up to 17 because it's got a 7 in it. So it would have to add up to 15, and this would be an 8. So this is a very big old digit. And now that can't be an 8-9 pair. Oh, this is beautiful. Right, what's this? How could this have any value that's near 18? It can't have a 7 in it, and it can't have one of 8 and 9 in it. So the most it could be is a 9-6, which is 15. And 15 is not close enough to 18 for it to be any sort of normal cage. It's got to be an innocent cage. Now, if it's an innocent cage, it's adding up to no more than 8. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. Where's 8 in this box? And the answer is not in this cage, because this cage doesn't add up to more than 8, and it would if it had an 8 in it. So that's 8. And that, oh, that's just revealed some things. Now, but it also means this was not the murderer. That's an 8-7 pair. This is not an 8 by Sudoku. This is a very, very good puzzle, by the way. It's very clever. Right. Oh, nearly. Well, this can't have 9 in it either. So 9's got to be here. So 9 is over there. The maximum size. The maximum size of that cage is 8. I've got to try and remember that. I've just revealed 2 new cages. One of which has only got 1 cell in it. Okay, well that can't be innocent, because you can't make it add up to 17. So it's the value in this cage. It's also not the murderer. 7's already gone. So hang on, what is this? What are we putting into this cage? It's got to be a 5. The only way I can get anywhere near... If we're given it can't be innocent, it's correct. The value we're going to give it has got to be quite close to 7, but it can't have 6, 7, 8 or 9 in it. It's a 5. That's a 5 and it's purple. Is its nature. Now, this is a 4, 6 pair. Because it hasn't got 5 in it anymore. So this is... Oh, that's purple as well. It's 2 different from 12. So these are... So that's a 4 now. Didn't clear any fog. It's always terrifying when it doesn't clear the fog. This cage is a murderer. That's a murderer cage. That's adding up to the correct number. So that is the only example of murderous natures in the puzzle. Okay, but we haven't dealt with this one. Now this one... Okay, so this can't be a murderer now. There are no more murderers. It can't be a 10 difference because it's already got a 6 or a 7 in it. So it's got to be subtly different from 13, but not 2 different. It's got to be 1 different from 13. So it's either 14 or 12. It's not 14. Because this would have to be 6, 8, and that doesn't work. So this adds up to 12, and that means it can't have a 6 here, because that would be a 6 as well. So this is a 5. No clearance of fog. No clearance of fog. Clear the fog. There we go. Clearance of fog. Okay, good. That is good. There's a 7 in there as well. Okay, now let's award this its correct coloration, which is, I think, green. And we've got 2 new cages to consider. This one has already got 16's worth of digits in it. So can it be yellow? No, because it would have to add up to 25 at least, wouldn't it? So it's not yellow. So it's quite close. Oh, it's got to have a 1 in it. Sorry, that's obvious. 179. And the reason for that is it already had a 7 and a 9 in it, adding it up to 16 with 1 more digit to come, and it had to be no more than 2 different from 15. So that's 179. Which is all very well. Okay, but that allows us to colour it, doesn't it? So that is the purple. So this one is not now 12 or 8 into those. But this one could be yellow, couldn't it? It could be 20. Probably. What was that one? Oh, this was no more than 8. Ah, look, it's got 5 in it. Oh, in fact, I know. Sorry. Not only has it got 5 in it, I can put the 5 in. Ah, and I get more joyous cages revealed. Right, this digit's quite low. It's 2 or 3. It can't be 1, and it can't be more than 2 or 3, or this cage adds up to too many. Now, what's that cage then? So that one is the partner of this one. And the options are going to be, it can't be a 3. So but it's got to be quite, it can't be more than 5, and it can't be, it can't be yellow because it can't be a 13 cage. So 1, 2 or 4, no, not 1, 2 or 4. 2 or 4, so it's green. And let me just think about that. So for it to be a purple, it would have to be a 1 or a 5. No, and it can't be. That is right. So that's green going with this one, which has got 14 in it. Okay, this can't be a yellow cage because it can't add up to 4 or less, given 2 and 3 are not available. So this one adds up to close to 14, but not exactly 14 because we've had the murderer, and not 1 different, so it adds up to 2 different from 14, and it's either 12 or 16. Bobbins. That's really annoying. 12 or 16. If it's 12, it's not 3, 9. If it's 16, it is 7, 9. But that looks very nice, actually. And what's this one? 10. So this is the partner of that one. Now, so this can't be 10, can it? Because the blue cage is gone. So it can't be, I could see it could be 1, 4, 5, for example, given it can't involve 2, 3, 6. It can't be that. So hang on, let me think about this. So it can't be 2 different. It would have to be a 1 different from 10. It can't be 9 because it can't add up to as little as 9. So if this is a normal cage, it adds up to 11. And the way we're going to do that is... That's impossible. That's impossible. You can't do it because you need to put the 1 in there. Because if you don't put the 1 in there, you're at 4, 5, 7, which is too much. So you've got to put the 1 in there, and then you need 2 digits that add to 10. And you can't use 1, 9 because you've used the 1 already. You can't use 2, 8, 3, 6, 3, 7 or 4, 6. So you can't do this. This is yellow, which is weird. So it's massive, is what we've just learned. This adds up to at least 20. Ah, I've got it. I've got it. So where's the 1? Where's the 1 in the box? Remember this one added up to 12 or 16. And that adds up to 20. You can't put 1 in any of them. That's a 1. Oh, look at... Oh! That's new. That's 3 cages of the set of the same colour. Well, hang on, that's a 24 cage. Yeah, this is yellow. Definitely. You can't make 2 digits add up to 22. Or 23, or 24, or 25, or 26. That's definitely yellow. So 14 is the maximum there. And these two are going to be one of each. Either they're green or purple. But I wonder whether I can actually... I can get the maths of this to work. If this was 16, that's broken it, hasn't it? Yeah, this has to be 12 now. Because if this was 16, 16 plus 20, which is the minimum size of this, is 36 for those digits, which means they have a maximum value of 9, and there are 4 of them. That's impossible. So this has to add up to 12. So it's 4, 8, or 5, 7. And if it's 5, 7, it's only one way round. So 9 is definitely in there. But we can also work out exactly what this sums to, can't we? Because what have we got now? We've got 12, 13, and 11. 24. So this adds up to 21. Oh, I see, and it just uses up the balance, the 12 pair that's not being used in the 14. Well, unless I'm missing something, I don't see how to do that. Okay, so maybe I've got to go... Is it here? Yeah, let's look at this. So this either adds up to 4, 5, 7, or 8. Now, it's not 4, because that would be 1, 3, and the 1's gone. If it's 5, it would be 2, 3. 2, 3 would break. So it's not... Okay, so it's not 4, it's not 5. 6 would make it a murderer, it's not that. So it's 7 or 8. If it's 7, it's 3, 4. That doesn't work. Both of those would be a 2. So that has to add up to 8, I'm going to claim. And if that's true... It's 2, 6, and I'm very happy with that, because if that's 2, 6, then that That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Right, so 2, 6 is 2 different. So that is a purple, which means this one is a green. So this one either adds up to 20 or 22. Now let me just think about this though, because we've got more things going on here, haven't we? We've got 1 3 pair in row 3, which is nearly useful, but not useful enough. We've got this funny old cage in the corner, but I think that's under no pressure, because that could have tiny digits in it. It just has to add up to a maximum of 14. Right, what do I do then here? How long have I had? An hour? Good grief, that has flown past. That is the sign of a great puzzle, when you just get lost and you lose track of time. Does that have to have 9 in it, perhaps, if it can't have 8 and 7? Yeah, let's think about that. So the minimum size of this is, hang on, overall the cage is 20. So these are adding up to 19 or 21 without using 7 and 8. Yeah, so 654 is nowhere near. There's definitely a 9 in there. So that's definitely not a 9. Oh, wind is very windy outside all of a sudden. Sorry if there's a bit of noise. I have got my window open today. Right, so what did I say here? 9... no, we said the cage overall is 20 or 22. So 19 or 21 for this string. Well, 21, we can't do it. Even if I put 5 and 6 in there with the 9, it only adds up to 20. So this adds up, right, so this does add up. These add up to 19, and they have to be 4, 6, 9. There we go. That's a little win for the goodies, isn't it? That's not 6. And that's very distressing. That doesn't seem to do anything. Really? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1. Alright, that's not 9 at the top. This digit is a 1 or a 2. This digit is 2, 3, or 5, I'm going to claim. And the upshot of that is going to be very important. And I just need to work out what that is. Wow, I don't know. What? What's going on here? Is it something to do with... I haven't got a clue. Oh, no, I was going to say, is it maybe white dots, which I just haven't been, focusing on at all, but I don't see how it is. 7 lives in one of those squares. 1, is that somehow restricted? Can't repeat within its own cage is what I'm wondering about. I don't think so. Nine lives in the corner up here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I haven't got a clue. Is there some reason this can't be? What would it be? 5, 7, 9? Or 4, 8, 9? That's going to be either 5, 7 or 4, 8. I don't think that's a problem. 4, 6, 9 here is 20. So it works. It works beautifully. Everything works. This is great because there's nothing to do. What? Oh, 4. Oh, nearly. I almost had a good thought there. 4 is looking, it's in that domino. So perhaps there is some Sudoku that we could avail ourselves of. 8 is in one of these 3 squares. 1, is 1 somehow restricted? 5 is in one of those cells at the bottom of column 3. That square is not a 3, I suppose. That's true. I don't think it's in... 4, there we go. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that's better. There we go. Right. 2 new cages to think about. In fact, let's do some Sudoku. So 4 goes there. No, okay, it didn't do a great deal for us, did it? But what have we learnt as a result of that? We've got a 9 cage here with 4 digits in it, and a 3 cage here. Okay, let's start with the 3 cage, because that can't be yellow. Again, it would be 13 or more if it was yellow. So its value is close to 3, which means its value is 1, 2, 4 or 5. And it can't be 4. So, it is 1, 2 or 5. And I don't know which of those it is. I don't think we know. Alright. Okay. What is going on? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to ignore all that. I'm going to do Sudoku, I think. Where is 3 in box 2? And I haven't got a clue where it is, but I do know it's in the cage here. So it's not there, is it? Because then it would be twice in this 9 cage, and it can only be in the 9 cage once. And now in this column, 3 is there, look. Oh, and that got me more cages revealed, and a new white dot. Let me just mull this over for a second or two. Actually, maybe not. Let's think about this one. So what is... That can't have any big digits in it, this 10 cage. Because 8, 7 and 9 have gone. Yeah, it can't be yellow, can it? If it's yellow, it's adding up to 20 at least. Well, that won't work. So it is adding up to a number that's close to 10. It could be 3, 5 maybe. I mean, it couldn't... Oh no, maybe it could be 3, 5, yeah. Okay, so we don't... Oh, it's almost... Actually, it almost does have to have 5 in it. By Sudoku, look, there is a 5 in one of those 3 cells. And then we've got that one down there. 17. You see, that one could be a yellow one, though. The yellow ones are the terrifying ones. They are the ones that are really, really difficult to handle. I'm unsure now. I'm unsure how to think about this. Let's try. There's definitely a 2 up here in one of those 2 positions in column 7. And this, okay, we know that this is either, it's the usual, it's the perennial problem, it's green or purple. Now this one, can this be 19? Maybe that's the question we should ask. What's the maximum size of those 2 cells? 6 and 4. Yep, I think it's 6 and 4, isn't it? That's 10. So I can only get to 18. So this is not yellow. So this one is also green or purple. Which means its value is somewhere between... Well, it can't be less than 9 then, because there's 4 cells. It's adding up to at least 10. So its value is 10 or 11. So it's got a 1 in it. It must have a 1 in it. There's no way we can make 4 different digits add up to 10 or 11 if one of them isn't a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5 adds up to 14. So the 1 is placed. That is a 1. That is a... oh, that's done some things. 3. There's a 3, 7 pair at the bottom of the column down here by Sudoku. Right, now what? That's also revealed 2 new funny coloured gauges as well. But surely this is doing more. 1, 2, 5, 8. Here. Oh, I don't know. Golly gosh. What did I say this was? 10 or 11? So if this is 11, 1, 5, 2, 3. Okay, this doesn't have 6 in it now, does it? It would get too big. So 6 in row 2 is in this domino. I think that's probably not. Okay, no, it is useful. That can't be 4 now. Because if that was 4, this cage would be correct, and we know it can't be. So 4 is placed. Ah, it didn't clear any fog though. Oh, there's some new cage under there. And the counterpart, oh, it's this one. So this is adding up to either... oh, we don't. It's got 6 in it now. Do we have to have a 2 in this cage? Yes, because it's adding up to 10 or 11. So this cage doesn't add up to 8. So yeah, so what's the digit that's accompanying... yeah, this is the question. What's the digit that's in this domino with the 6? It can't be a 1, because it would be 3 away from 10. It can't be a 2, the 2's required here. It's not a 3, it's not a 4, so it must be a 5. Otherwise the cage explodes. It would be 6, 9. So that's a 6, 5 pair. And now there is no 5 in here. So that's... oh, look, that was a good deduction. Hooray. This is a 3, 4 pair. These 2 squares are 2, 6, I think. And we get a digit in the corner, which is a 9. Therefore, this is a 9. This is a 2. We've got a 1, 5... oh, this one is now purple, because it's 2 away from 3. Now that one, I can't even remember what the counterpart to this was. Was it this one? Oh, it was, wasn't it? Okay, so when I worked out this was 10, I could have worked out that was purple, because this is actually green. And a new cage has emerged here, which is a pink cage, which has a counterpart here. Now that adds up to 14, so that's a yellow cage, which means this is going to be hopeless. It can be anything then. Well, it can't be 4. It can't have 8 in it. It would be too far away from 4. So the 8 goes at the bottom. Ah, now do you remember this cage? This cage couldn't add up to as much as 14. So that's got to be... that's a 3 in the corner again. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Now this is a 7, which makes that purple. Which is... so that's now not purple, that one there. Okay, so let's figure this out now. So what have we got to put in here? 1, 2, 5. Right. And it has to add... I can't add up to 7. That's 3 away. So there must be a 1 in here. So this is a 1. Oh, gosh, more cages. We're getting an absolute plethora of cages here. That can never be a 2 in an 8 cage. There's just no way that works ever. So that fixes some things. 6, 9. That's a 9 now by the looks of things. 2, 3 is getting sorted out. 3, 4 is getting sorted out. This has to be, do you remember this was adding up to 12, wasn't it? So this is 4 or 5 now. Oh, I don't know. No, I really don't know, actually. Okay, let's think about this. How should we do it? We found that. That is a purple. And that's the equivalent of this one. That can't add up to 1 or 21, so it's not yellow. So this is a green cage, which means it sums to either 10 or 12. And that's absolutely useless. That's not 9. That's not 1. Do I know? Oh no, I don't. It's the counterpart of that pink one, isn't it? What about this one? 5 and 6. That's green. And the equivalent of that one is this one. Oh, but look at this one. This could be a 7 cage and be 1, 2, 4 and be yellow. No. Okay, so what about that one then? Let's try and go. Sorry, I'm sort of going around the houses here. We know that's the counterpart of this one. So this is not purple. So it's either green or yellow. 19. Can it get to 19? Yeah, it can actually. I think. 975 would be plenty. Oh no, it couldn't. It can only have one of 9 and 7. Alright, let's give it 9. 9, 5. No, it can't get to 19. Well, that's important. It can't get to 19. If it can't get to 19, it's got to be fairly close to 9, but not 2 away. So it's a green cage. It's adding up to 10 or 8. If it's 8 and it's got 5 in it, it's 1, 2, 5. If it's 10 and it's got 5 in it, it's got to be 5, 2, 3. So it's always got 2 in it, this cage. So that's not a 2. Right, so so there's a 1, 2, 3, 5 quadruple in column 3, and that square is not. So there's a 7, 9 pair. This is still difficult. It's still difficult. Okay, maybe this 3 in the corner is underused. Oh, the 8. There we go. That can't be 4, 8 anymore. That's 5, 7. So this is 4, 8. Now, this is not 5 anymore. Which is great, but not... It's not as... It's still resisting, I think. Wow. How long have I had? An hour and a quarter. I mean, I think this is challenging. I'm not sure whether I'm missing... I couldn't believe I'm missing some Sudoku as usual. But I don't feel like this is desperately easy. Some of the steps involved actually have required quite a bit of thought. Now look, I don't know, because the equivalent of that is that one. And... hang on. This one. Let's come back to this, because one of the options I was wondering about with this 17 cage is whether it could be yellow, but now the 2 is over there, so it can't be yellow, so it has to be quite close to 17, but not very close, because we've had the green equivalent. So this is purple. It's 2 away. It's 15 or 19. It's 15 or 19. Now, Which of these things is it? Are we meant to know? And what was this one? This is 1 away from 11, so 12 or 10. If it's it's not 12 anymore. That's beautiful. If this is 12, which 12 option should we go with? 3 9's not available. 4 8 would kill this square, and 5 7 isn't available. So this adds up to 10, and it's not 1 9. It's not 2 8. So it's either 3 7 in that order, or 4 6 in this order. It's not. Oh, it's not 4 6. That would kill this square. Good grief! So it is 3 7. 7 here, 3 here. Okay. So this isn't 7. This isn't 7. This digit here is 6 or 8. So it's not 4. So 4 goes in this corner. 1 2 6 9. So this is 1 6 or 9 by Sudoku. And what did this have to add up to? It was 7. It was 15 or 19. Well, I can't put 1 in it then. Well, actually, how do I make those two squares add up to 11? You can't. There's no way. So these must add up to 15, and they must be 6 and 9, and I know the order. There we go. 6 there, 9 there, 6 here, 2 here. This isn't 9 anymore. This isn't 9 anymore. This isn't 3 anymore, so this is 3. Oh, I see. Right, so this becomes 1, 2, 5, and 8 gets placed in this box. 8 here, 4 here. Oh, please. That's a 7. That's a 9. So that's a 7. 1, 9, 8. 1, 2. Okay, that's progress. It's slow, but slow and stuttering. Guttural progress. Or guttering like a candle. But we're getting there slowly, probably. Okay, this is a 6 now. 4, 9. 2, 1. 6, 3. Oh, goodness. So I still do have some work. I'm still going to have to work this thing out. No! You're kidding. Apparently I am. Okay. Oh, 1. That's how we're going to do it. There's a Sudoku. 5, 2, 1, 2, 5. And that became green, actually. So 1 away from its given total. That is a brilliant puzzle. That was brilliant. Yes. Well done, detective. You've correctly identified the killer. It took me a while. It took me a while to crack that case in the Lost Village, but that was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. What a puzzle. That took quite some thinking about, but it was brilliant. Let me know in the comments whether you crack the murder too. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.